According to our book, Looking at Movies, narrative is a cinematic structure in which content is selected and arranged in a cause and effect sequence of events occurring over time. To have a strong narrative, a film must have a strong plot. The plot is the specific actions and events that a filmmaker selects, and the order in which they arrange those events and actions to efficiently convey the movie's narrative to a viewer. This makes short films a great way to study about narrative and the components of constructing an on-screen narrative. Both Bartholomew's Song and Death to the Tin Man use an array of elements in order to create their narrative. These elements can be broken down into two categories: diegetic and non-diegetic. Diegetic elements are all the things that we see and hear on the screen that come from within the story's world, while non-diegetic elements are all the things that we hear and see that come from outside of the story's world. Bartholomew's Song is a 2006 film directed by Destin Cretton, who went on to direct Glass Castle in 2017. Bartholomew's Song relies totally on diegetic elements. The viewer is confined to the sounds and images heard and seen by the characters, and because of this, the audience feels like they are part of the story. We are given no more information than the characters are, which allows the plot to unfold as the story progresses. The musty and grungy set of Bartholomew's Song is cramped and isolating. This cramped setting allows the audience to feel how our hero Barth 467 feels. Barth is both lonely and stuck. The use of, and lack of, diegetic sounds further reinforces this idea of isolation. For the majority of the story, the same repetitive sounds are heard over and over. These sounds are made up mostly of the footsteps of Barth and his coworkers, the intercom radio, and some filler background noises such as broken fans and flickering lights, which are faint and add to the feeling of hopelessness. These noises repeat until Barth 467 finds an old and rusty radio which plays classical music and ultimately helps Bart escape from his mundane routine, at least for a moment. Conversely, Ray Tintori's Death to the Tin Man is a 2000 short film that uses both diegetic and non-diegetic elements to convey its narrative. Death to a Tin Man is in large part narrated by an objective narrator, which guides us through the story from a historical point of view. The non-diegetic elements of the narrator plays a supporting role to the story, giving the audience further historical insight and information that we wouldn't have had otherwise through diegetic sound. Score is another form of non-diegetic sound that plays a pivotal role in Death to the Tin Man. In Acts 1 and 2, the story ups the pace of the film and at some points creates an adventurous tone, while other times it adds to the intensity and tension of the scene. But by the end of the film, the score has transitioned into a melodramatic tone, which closes our film nicely.